On the last episode of Hops and Gnarly Brewing, I tested 4 Saison yeast strains and ended up creating a huge range of flavors. This week, I want to stick with a Belgian beer, but brew a recipe from a trusted source, so I'm brewing
a beer that I always enjoy making, Belgian Pale Ale.
From the Homebrew Challenge. Martin does a great job describing the style, so let's just make some beer. For this beer, I'm starting with some spring water and I'm adjusting to match a water profile I found for Antwerp, Belgium. Normally, I wouldn't aim for something regional like this, but I decided to go for it anyways and we'll see how it works out. The recipe comes from the Homebrew Challenge, and in the video, Martin lists the grist as percentages. To find the weights, I like to start by entering the percentages as weights in Beersmith. So you can enter 70% as 70 pounds, or what I like to do is add a decimal in between, so 70% becomes 7.0 pounds. 10% becomes 1.0 pounds, and so on. Once I have the percentages correct in the brewing software, I'll just adjust the original gravity to the appropriate level and round off the decimal points if necessary. Let's get this thing going. I'll keep mashing this in until everything is nice and saturated, and then I'll start a 1-hour timer. We've been hanging out at the mash out temperature for 10 minutes. Time to yank these grains and get our boil started. Now that we're up to a full boil, it's time for the first hop addition. Here's 28 grams of Saaz, and our 1-hour timer starts now. One DoorDash burrito later, and we've got 15 minutes left in the boil. Time for another hop addition. Here's 28 grams of Saaz, and I'm also gonna start sanitizing the chiller. And just like that, it's time to chill this wort down, but before we do, let's add the last hop addition. Here's 28 grams of Styrian Goldings. Now let's chill this thing down and transfer into a fermenter. For this beer, I'm using Imperial Gnome, but before I add it, I want to get rid of this gunk at the bottom of the fermenter. Cool, with the yeast in the tank, I'll let this ferment at room temperature until we're hanging steady at the final gravity. So I just got back from vacation last night, but I was able to sneak in a quick tasting of this beautiful Belgian Pale. Martin describes this thing as a Belgian gateway beer, and I really like that description. With an original gravity of 1046 and a final gravity of 1.007, it came in at 5.1% ABV. It's a deep golden color with a stark white head, and the first thing I smell is rich, almost chocolatey malt, light Belgian spice, and maybe a tiny bit of hot alcohol. The flavor has toasty malt sweetness, moderate Belgian spice, and it leaves you with a faint chocolate-covered cherry flavor. It has a medium body that I wish was maybe slightly drier, but I think that water profile worked out pretty well. I'd maybe mash this at 150 next time, but overall, I like how this one turned out, and I had a lot of fun brewing someone else's recipe. Big thanks to Martin for the recipe and these awesome partners for supporting the channel. If you like this video, let me know in the comments and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you again soon.